Welcome to your 2026 annual horoscope for Pisces by AstroPrinciple. Your birthday is between the 19th of February and the 20th of March. This year brings powerful shifts, new opportunities, and meaningful turning points across career, love, and health. In this full-year astrology forecast, we'll explore how the major planetary movements of 2026 shape your path, influence your decisions, and open doors for growth. Whether you're looking for clarity, planning ahead, or simply curious about what the new year holds, this guide will help you understand the energy of 2026 and how to work with it, not against it. We'll break down the biggest themes of the year, the key transits to watch, and the opportunities Pisces can tap into throughout 2026. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's explore what the new year has in store for you. This year is defined by the message, stay reasonable, dream wisely. This year, your energy is best directed toward boundary strengthening, self-definition, spiritual grounding, emotional clarity, disciplined growth, intuitive mastery. You must goal to clarify personal identity, commit to structured progress, release unrealistic expectations. Let's understand your annual graph. For Pisces, 2026 is a year of spiritual expansion and emotional grounding, where you learn to balance intuition with practicality. The early months bring moments of deep reflection, prompting you to examine your dreams, fears, and subconscious patterns. As you gain clarity, you begin making decisions that support your emotional well-being rather than escaping into fantasy or avoidance. Relationships become more harmonious as you communicate your needs with greater honesty and stop absorbing the emotional burdens of others. Professionally, this is a year of creative expression, where your imagination becomes a powerful tool for innovation and problem-solving. Financially, you adopt a more disciplined approach, learning to manage resources with greater awareness. By the end of the year, you feel more centered, more intuitive, and more aligned with a life that honors both your sensitivity and your strength. The next we have is about your career, profession, and finance. For Pisces, 2026 is a year of professional clarity and emotional grounding, where you learn to balance intuition with practicality. The early months bring moments of deep reflection, prompting you to examine your career goals, work habits, and long-term aspirations. As you gain clarity, you begin making decisions that support your emotional well-being rather than escaping into fantasy or avoidance. Professionally, this is a year of creative expression, where your imagination becomes a powerful tool for innovation and problem-solving. You may take on roles that require empathy, creativity, or spiritual insight, and your ability to connect with others becomes a major asset. Financially, you adopt a more disciplined approach, learning to manage resources with greater awareness and making decisions that support long-term stability. By the end of the year, you feel more centered, more intuitive, and more aligned with a career path that honors both your sensitivity and your strength. While finance is important, health is wealth. Now let's see what 2026 has for your health and well-being. For Pisces, 2026 is a year of emotional grounding and spiritual strengthening, where your well-being improves as you learn to balance intuition with practical self-care. The early months bring moments of deep reflection, prompting you to examine how your emotional environment affects your physical health. You may notice that stress impacts your sleep, immunity, or energy levels, encouraging you to adopt routines that support emotional clarity. This year invites you to explore practices that nourish both body and spirit: meditation, creative expression, gentle movement, or time spent near water. Mid-year brings opportunities to refine your nutrition habits, focusing on foods that support emotional stability and physical vitality. You also learn to set boundaries that protect your energy, which dramatically improves your well-being. By the end of the year, you feel more centered, more intuitive, and more aligned with a lifestyle that honors both your sensitivity and your strength. It is said that one can win the battle if there is peace in relationship and family. Let's hear out what 2026 has to unfold for your love, relationship, and family. For Pisces, 2026 is a year of emotional clarity and relational healing, where you learn to balance intuition with healthy boundaries. The early months bring moments of deep reflection, prompting you to examine how your emotional patterns influence your relationships. If you're single, You attract someone who resonates with your sensitivity and spiritual depth, creating a connection that feels soulful and nurturing. In committed relationships, you work through issues related to emotional merging, communication, or unrealistic expectations, choosing clarity over fantasy. Family life becomes more harmonious as you set boundaries that protect your energy, allowing you to support loved ones without feeling drained. Mid-year brings opportunities for healing conversations and emotional breakthroughs, and you may reconnect with relatives or friends you've been distant from. By the end of the year, your relationships feel more balanced, more intuitive, and more aligned with your desire for soulful connection. Wait, there is more to know about the planetary highlights. Let's start with Jupiter, the Jupiter in Taurus between May and October. For Pisces, Jupiter in Taurus during May and October 2026 enhances communication, learning, and mental clarity. These months bring opportunities to express yourself more confidently, strengthen relationships through honest dialogue, and expand your knowledge through study or exploration. You may feel more grounded in your thoughts and more capable of turning ideas into practical plans. This transit also supports writing, teaching, networking, and short-distance travel. Financially, opportunities may arise through communication-based work or skill development. By the end of the year, you feel more articulate, more connected, and more aligned with a mindset that supports growth. The next is the Saturn currently in Pisces throughout the year. For Pisces, Saturn in your sign throughout 2026 becomes a defining period of self-mastery, identity refinement, and personal responsibility. You may feel called to step into a more mature version of yourself, shedding illusions and embracing clarity. This transit encourages you to strengthen your boundaries, refine your goals, and build a life that reflects your authentic self. You may take on new responsibilities that require discipline, patience, and emotional resilience. Saturn also helps you understand your strengths and limitations with greater honesty. By the end of the year, you feel more grounded, more empowered, and more aligned with a stable, purposeful identity. You may also want to know about the Mercury, which is retrograde in April, August, and December. Mercury retrogrades in April, August, and December 2026 encourage Pisces to refine communication, strengthen emotional boundaries, and reassess personal goals. April brings delays in family matters or home-related decisions, urging you to slow down and gather more information. August highlights conversations with siblings, colleagues, or close friends, revealing misunderstandings that require clarity. December brings introspection about your long-term direction, prompting you to refine your plans. These retrogrades help you cultivate emotional maturity, clearer communication, and stronger intuition. By year's end, you feel more centered and more aligned with your inner truth. The most important influencers are eclipses that fuel the result of timing events. This year, the eclipses are in March and September. For Pisces, the 2026 eclipses bring powerful shifts in identity, self-worth, and personal direction. The March eclipse activates your financial and self-value sector, urging you to release limiting beliefs about your worth and adopt healthier financial habits. The September eclipse highlights your identity, prompting you to redefine your goals, refine your self-image, and step into a more empowered version of yourself. These eclipses help you align your inner world with your outer expression. By year's end, you feel more confident, more purposeful, and more connected to your authentic path. To summarize, in my opinion, during 2026, you must strengthen personal boundaries. You give generously, but 2026 teaches you to protect your energy by saying no when necessary. Clear boundaries help you stay grounded and prevent emotional overwhelm. This shift empowers your growth. Commit to self-definition. Saturn in your sign pushes you to clarify who you are and what you want. Set realistic goals and commit to them with discipline. Structure supports your dreams and helps you manifest them. Release idealized narratives. Let go of fantasies or illusions that prevent you from seeing situations clearly. Embracing truth, even when uncomfortable, becomes a powerful form of self-liberation. Clarity fuels transformation. Prioritize spiritual grounding. Your intuition is strong, but grounding practices help you channel it effectively. Meditation, reflection, or creative rituals keep you centered and connected to your inner wisdom throughout the year. Thank you for watching your 2026 annual horoscope. This year is filled with potential, and understanding the bigger picture helps you move through it with confidence and purpose. To get even more clarity, make sure you watch the 2026 month-by-month horoscope. It breaks down each month from January to December, helping you plan your timing, navigate challenges, and make the most of every opportunity.